All right, so I'm just going to jump right into it. YouTube recently rolled out a brand new feature that is going to help us get more views. And I've actually diagrammed out right now the process on how YouTube gets us views and looks at views as far as the algorithm goes. But there's something in here that they've made easier for us to be able to get more views. All right, so let's walk through this here. Yes, I've got my handy dandy little whiteboard. Anybody remember Blue's Clues? If you guys remember Blue's Clues, let me know that in the comments. My son, who's 26 now, who also helps me on this channel, used to love Blue's Clues. And he used to always be like, I got to find my notebook, because he, the guy there, I forget the guy's name, he would basically say, go find your handy dandy notebook. And me and Blue are going to go, whatever. Let's get to it. All right, so the very first thing is our title. We need to have our title. We know that, right? And if you don't, title is the number one thing, because that's going to help us get impressions. When we get impressions, that is really letting us know if our title is being picked up by the algorithm. If you're not getting impressions, that's one thing to actually look at. If you're not getting impressions or a lot of impressions, you can't get views, okay? You can't get views if we don't get impressions. So a lot of times, if I'm posting a video and if I'm checking it, I'd say within a few hours, and it's not getting at least 1,000 impressions, I know that the algorithm has not yet identified who this is for. So your title is going to identify who it's for. Now, that's not the feature that I'm going to share with you, but that is really important. So those are a couple things to cross-check. If you're not getting views, look at your impressions and see if you're even being shown. Because what an impression basically is imagine you're scrolling on your phone and you're scrolling through and you're on the YouTube app and you see a video that's there, right? That's an impression. So when that thing is served up on the YouTube app, that's an impression. It doesn't mean you got a view yet. What turns it into a view is when someone clicks on your thumbnail, or they see the thumbnail and they click on the video. Usually the thumbnail is representing the video, right? That's what we see. So it's title. From the title, we're getting impressions. From the impressions, people are seeing the thumbnail. And then from there, they're doing what we call here click-through or click-through rate. That's what CTR stands for. Your views come from your clicks, okay? So if someone lands on your video for 3 seconds, that's counted as a view, okay? So that's how it works. So I just wanted to kind of throw this out here. Now, if we're looking at the thumbnail, because we know that that is what gets us a click, okay, then we can look over here at some simple math. Hopefully you can see this okay. So 100 impressions with a 5% click-through rate would be 5 views. Now, if we did some more math here, I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and I'm going to say, let's say that that's 10%. Well, now this changes to 10 views. So do you see how that just doubled our amount of traffic? We went from 5% to 10% on the click-through rate. Now, here's the other thing that a lot of people don't realize is that if you get a higher click-through rate, generally, that means that YouTube, the algorithm, says, oh, people see this and they're interested in it. So that can also help us get more impressions. Now, there's a little bit more to it. They look at the click-through rate, but they also look at the view duration, all right? And this is where the new feature comes in. Now, we were only able to post one thumbnail. But now what we can do is we can post 2 thumbnails or 3 thumbnails, and what it will do is it will test it. And it will determine after a certain number of impressions, it will then determine what the winner is. Okay, this is huge. We used to have to use a third-party tool. I've been doing this now for over 15 years, and I think about a year and a half ago, I started playing with a thumbnail tester. Very, very helpful. But you have to let it run for about 2 weeks to get some good data. But I was paying for that third-party tool. Now YouTube rolled out a feature so we can start testing thumbnails. I'm going to show you a few of these thumbnails that I've been testing so you can kind of see what I'm saying. And I'll show you where it is so you can go ahead and make sure that you turn this thing on, all right? But I wanted to show you this here because now if we add another thumbnail to test, we might have went from a 5% to a 10% click-through rate, and now that's going to give us more views. If that gives us more views, the next thing we would have to think about is the engagement. But what they're doing, what the thumbnail tester is doing, it's not just basing it off of click-through rate, it's basing it off of click-through rate plus view duration. So you might have one that gets a higher click-through rate, but the view duration is lower. So what YouTube is doing is it's picking the one that performs the best. This is huge, okay? This is huge, and it's built right into YouTube. Let me go into the computer, and I'll show you exactly where it is, but I'll also show you a couple of examples. All right, so this example is from my other channel, Brand Creators, and some of you may or may not know, but that channel I've been building now for over 9 years. It's done multiple 7 figures, and we just hit 100,000 subscribers. So pretty excited about the 100,000 subscribers, but the one thing I should note here, anyone that's thinking, oh, I got to have a whole bunch of subscribers to make a good amount of money, you don't. I actually share that in my $100,000 business blueprint for YouTube creators. If you want a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments and I'll send you a copy of that. All right, so let's get into it. So this one here has had 28,800 impressions, all right? And the views on this one, 4,200, okay? So not a banger for this channel, but decent, okay? We got a good amount of data here. So we got 28,800 impressions. The click-through rate is 9.6. Let's go ahead and let's look at the results here. So down here, this is still running, okay? So this is still running right now. But right now, if I was to look at these two, this one right here, okay, is performing better. It's performing 53% better, okay? So that one there so far looks like the winner. Now, I could end this test right now. I could go manage test. It'll bring me in here, okay? And then what I can do is I can say stop test, and it will pick the one that's better. Or I can just go here, stop and set. So I can stop and set. This here would be the one that I would stop and set it to. I'm not going to do that because I'm letting this run. It's going to run for 11 days and 17 hours more, or I can stop it early, okay? Now here it tells you exactly what it's doing, okay? How is the winning thumbnail selected? The winning thumbnail generated the highest share of videos watch time. Why is watch time share used? Great thumbnails don't just get viewers to click, they also help viewers understand what the video is about so that they can make an informed decision of what to watch. By selecting based on watch time share, the winning thumbnail is the one that gets viewers to both click and stay to watch. Additionally, YouTube's search and discovery system considered both when ranking videos. Choosing thumbnails based on watch time share will benefit both you and your viewers. So there it is in black and white right there from YouTube. All right, so pretty awesome. All right, so now this one was done on this channel. All right, and this one here has had 38,700 impressions and it's had 3,400 views. We've had a 6.5% impression click-through rate. Okay, not bad. But this one here now has finished. And see what it's done? Out of these two, it picked this one as the winner. 57.6%, and this was 42.4%. So this one here is a clear winner by quite a bit. All right, so this one now is going to get me more clicks and it's going to get me more views, but more importantly, it's going to get me more engaged views. All right. So this one here, what's the difference between this one? All I did was this one here is a little bit more of a close-up and it says retired poor. So this here, I was talking about how YouTube can be a great way to save for retirement or to add to supplement your retirement. And then this one here just said big mistake and it had a different look, a little bit more of a serious look. So it is important that you make these a little bit different. So this, well, not a little bit, it should be a lot different, but it should have something like different words, maybe different color. I'll show you another example of an obvious one. But that's how this one performed. Okay, so not too bad. All right, so here's another one from this channel, Live Video School. This one got 91,300 impressions and the click-through rate a little bit lower, 5.3%, but that's overall. So if I click in here, you can see it started pretty good right out of the gate. Look at 6.4, 7.3. And just if you're wondering what's a good click-through rate, it's going to depend. But I always shoot for at least 5% or above. And if you get anything above, that's generally good. Now see how it changes here? Now it was testing through this period as well. So that's why some of your testing, it's going to find the winner. Now look at it, went back up to 5, then it went back down to 3. It's going up. And here, now look at it, it's going back up again. Okay, now here it's low, but it's still testing. All right. But here's the reason why this fluctuates so much. Because what it's doing is it's testing these different thumbnails. All right. And it's also testing audiences. So when it starts to see that it's doing pretty good, it's going to go and give it more impressions. Those impressions are going to be served to another audience. All right. Let's look and see what this one did here. Okay. So now here it says one thumbnail was preferred, but with limited confidence. So it's saying like, they were both pretty similar, but if we were to pick, we would pick this one. And it's interesting because I had no text on these on purpose. This one here, the only difference was I was looking at the whiteboard. This one here, I was looking at the camera. This one did better. So that one there, we're going to leave. Now I could go in here and run another test. And you're probably asking, well, how do you run a test? All right. So all you're going to do is go into your details of your upload or of your video. And then from there, you're going to scroll down to where it says thumbnail. And then you're going to, if you haven't uploaded one, you're going to upload one. And then you're going to go here to where it says test and compare. And then you're going to click on that. And then it's going to bring up this. And then you're going to have the one image that you already uploaded. Then you're going to go here, click on this, and then select another image. And then if you want, you can go here and select another image. I've been really playing around with just the two because if you don't have a ton of impressions, a ton of traffic at this point, I want to minimize it, so split it between the two. And I could always run another one. I could see what the winner is here, and then I can run another test against the one that won. And I can keep doing that if I want to. All right, but that's how you do that. That's how you turn it on. Super simple. All right, so let me show you one more example, though, on another video on some of the results I got. All right, so this one here was a recent video that I published on this channel, Live Video School, and it did really well. It was the one I did on DoDash, and I really just kind of highlighted how well she's doing and how she's using simple videos to do this. But I also wanted to point out some things that I felt like if I was talking to her, helping her, I would be advising her. Not that she asked for it, but also helping people that are watching her stuff to help them understand that AdSense is kind of risky and that it fluctuates and things like that. But it was very, very well received. You can see a 9.4% click-through rate, but check this out. It started out of the gate with a 13.7. Now that's always going to be better out of the gate because the audience is more targeted and it's, like I said, it tests it. But this has been doing very well above 5%. All right, but check this out. It found the winner. And the winner here was the one that I had, She's at Risk. The other one that I had was Success and Danger. So the only difference is these two words. This one here did better, 54.4%. So hopefully you see with this feature, like it's huge. Like this here is going to help us creators be able to get more views if we take advantage of a tool like this. Because like I said, it does all come down to just understanding title gets us impressions, thumbnail gets us clicks. Now, if we get more clicks or clicks and engagement, we're going to get more views because then they're going to promote us to more audiences, which is more impressions. Now, as I pointed out, if you're not getting impressions, which you should look at that, it's probably because your title needs to be reworked. And if you need help with that, I actually shot a video right here that goes over 10 titles that have worked very well for me, and I use them over and over again on this channel and on my other channel, Brand Creators. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.